it's such a great, I mean, it's such a great analogy though for what we're dealing with now is like somebody trying to stoke, you know, or like the fires of hate trying to be stoked. So
Yeah,
everybody's fighting each other
yeah.
instead of coming together and making the world better and being
The
positive.
divide and conquer. I mean, life is a sphere. Everything goes in circles. There's nothing that we haven't had anything that hasn't happened. Everything keeps repeating itself. And the question is when do you learn from the repetition? When does it finally change? And I think that's where we are now, of so much repetition of what's happened, that we are at a place where people don't want to repeat that. We want to see change. People want to see change. The younger, the youth, they want to see change. And so that's what is, I feel, what's happening now with this whole reset.
I mean, when we were prepping for the show, hold up. Lady Rock says we could change the world by learning from our past mistakes.
True.
Yeah. And how about that? How about our past remains intact and factual instead of, you know, meddled with by racist, you know, schmucks? What do you think about that? How about our history doesn't get erased and we keep a record that's accurate?
Well, I mean, it's already, the history that we have already was not accurate. You know, the history is written by white men already. So it's hard, it's hard to even know what history is true and what's not already, you know, like as we dig in, as we learned from Rich Medina a couple weeks ago, you know, so much of what we know about slavery and systemic racism is not taught in schools. You know, you have to go out on your own and you have to find this information.
And that's the key, is self. It starts here. Yeah. It starts with self. No matter what, you know, and we're never, there will always be a divide. There will always be sun and night, the moon and the sun. You know, there will always be a divide that we can't get away with. But how do we start with ourselves? What do we learn and what do we give to the next person? And then that next person, what do they give to the next person? So it really starts with self. And how much do you want to learn? What do you want to change? What would you like to leave behind? What do you want to give to the next person? Because at the end of the day, we could sit here and rattle down all the, like you said, all the different things that are happening. I don't have the energy for all of them, nor do I have the mental state to be in all of them, because for some people it's difficult. It's a difficulty to try to be in everything and try to change something. And what is my responsibility and what do I have to do? No, your responsibility, our responsibility is ourself. And if self is good, then self can do something for someone else.